All right, so we're gonna get started. All right, rubbing our palms together, taking a deep breath in, deep breath out, harmonizing the masculine and feminine, the left and the right brain, the sun and the moon to create balance and harmony in grace. All right, everyone, so welcome to Universal Law. This is chat number 6, and let's just make sure that we are all on the same page. Universal Law is basically a universal term that we use in ethics and law to make sure the understanding that something is accepted, applicable, and basically translated into a place of that. It's most legitimate law, basically, right? It's incredible way to feel empowered and connected and grounded. These laws are beautiful tools, a great way to live life because the benefits are profound. And I speak from experience for myself because as I created the life I wanted to live and my journey, I just really tuned into the truth of who I am and what I wanted, and I started to find different outlets that actually allow me to create this, whether it was profound groups that I'm a part of, like Society is one of my groups that I am a part of right now. It's a mastermind. It's incredible women who are entrepreneurs who just lift each other up and freaking shine like no man's business. It's incredible, and that's been a wonderful opportunity for me. And that's pretty much a very strong reason why I'm here right now is because when I joined this particular group with Dr. Aaron and Society, I was really awakened to how powerful the universal laws are. So if you're just tuning in, say hello. Hi, Andrew. Hi, Tony. Thanks for joining. So it's a beautiful Friday here, and we're talking about universal law. And today we're talking about the law of compensation. Okay, so the law of compensation. Now, the law of compensation is the law of cause and effects applied to the blessings and the abundance that the universe provides us. Hi, Katie. Thanks for joining. Yay! So this is the visible effects of our deeds as we receive gifts or money, inheritance, or relationships, or blessings, abundance, prosperity. And that's the law of compensation. So let me ask you, when you think of the word compensation, what comes to mind at first? What might come up in your mind space? Compensation. Chances are you focus on the money or the reward for an effort. So most people are compensated with a paycheck, right? This has been negotiated for their job, and that's the value system set in place already. Or perhaps maybe you have a client and you exchange your services and then they pay you. So it's that reward, it's that dollar amount that is in exchange for your time or your energy or your efforts, whatever you're giving to them. And in terms of universal law, there are some similarities that are also profound differences here. So we've got to really understand that it's a two-way street, right? It's two ways. It's coming and going. It's taking and receiving. So universal law has the saying that I'm sure you've heard before. It's simply misery loves company. And that is just like if I said, someone is so negative when I'm around them, and all of a sudden I'm feeling negative, I'm feeling down or pulled down with them, and that doesn't feel so good. And so you end up collectively, this energy becomes this negative space, and that doesn't feel good. And law of compensation is you get back what you give to others. So if I'm giving out negative energy or you're giving out negative energy, that's what's, it's just gonna kind of spiral into this space of like not feeling good. And what's great though is that you can flip this, right? Because if you're around negative energy, you can flip it, because joy, fortunately, joy is just as loves the company just as much as misery loves the company. So we can flip that. We can decide that joy is where we're going to live from, even though we might be in a place of negative energy. And I can almost guarantee that if you stay in that place of joy, just even a tiny bit, that person is going to go, oh wow, what's happening here? They're going to feel your energy, and they just might start to vibe off of you and start to make that nice, beautiful internal switch. Ever notice, okay, when someone smiles at you, what do you instinctively do? Almost all the time, like 99.9% of the time. You're probably gonna smile back, and you might even say hello. Even if you were in like the worst of moods, you might do that. And that is a beautiful energy exchange, and all of a sudden, like things have changed, right? Maybe now you have a pep in your step and you're like, okay, cool, right? And it's that simple. What you give out is what you receive. So think about it. Next time you're walking down the street and you kind of see someone that might, maybe you've we're energetic beings. We can feel that energy, and maybe it's feeling a little low. You can go, oh, hi, or just smile at them and just see how you just might change their entire day. And what a beautiful gift to give to someone. You know, maybe they were just having a bad day and you just instantaneously flipped it, because it's infectious, right? That person now walks away going, wow, someone just said hello to me. They recognized me and saw that I'm a human being, and all of a sudden things have shifted, and they go and smile at the next person walking by. And then it's wildfire. It's beautiful. So when working with the law of compensation, we want to give out what we wish to receive. Now, obviously, we all prefer positive people versus grumpy people. So the best way to ensure that we attract positive is to be positive ourselves, because it all starts within. Let's see, I have some questions here. Depending on the situation, I try to pull that person out of their negative space. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, can you control people? No, they're going to choose to act the way they want to act. They're going to choose to think the way they think and say what they want to say, right? But the reality is, you know, we could at least acknowledge that, and then we get to decide, right? I can decide, okay, I understand, I feel that energy, and I'm going to choose not to let it affect, you know, I can create that nice little bubble for myself to make sure that I'm protecting myself as well. But when we do go out of our way and we smile and we say hello and we pay people compliments that are sincere, you'll notice that you feel better as a person, and you're probably going to get a really nice response, and then all of a sudden you've shifted this energy. And why not? Like, why not anyway? Like, it's just such a wonderful way to live from a space of just feeling positive about the world and the world we live in. And yeah, so be what you see, be what you want to see, be what you want to see. Like, you know, if I want to see change in the world, well, how do I want to see change in the world? Well, I'm going to change it within myself first, and then I'm going to start to live that way. I'm going to ground myself into the truth of how I want to live in this world, and then really be in that place of knowing, like, this is my truth. Hi, Ozzy. Hi, Chuck. Let's see. A bunch of people are joining. Hi. Hi, thank you. Happens immediately too. Oh my God, exactly, right? When you smile at someone, it really does. It happens immediately, and that's what's so amazing about that. So Gandhi once said, you must be the change we wish to see in the world. In other words, instead of crying and complaining about all the things that are wrong, which we can all do, like really, I could sit here and be like, oh my gosh, XYZ is whatever's not going right in my life, and I can focus on that, or I can focus on all the amazing things that are going on in my life. And you can do the same, and it's really that simple. Fix yourself first. I say the word fix. Kindness and compassion within yourself first. Empathy within yourself first, so that you can get yourself in that right space, that right mindset of positive vibration. And then let it go, man. Just let it live inside you. Because when it just sits there and it's just illuminating and it just essence pours out of you, that's your truth. And that's the good stuff. You'll become more inclined to see the good in others when you start to see the good within yourself and how awesome you really, really are. Because it's super easy to get really hard on ourselves and down on ourselves. I mean, can you imagine if the entire world took on an empowerment stance of like, yes, together we unite in compassion and effective communication and kindness, like just kindness alone, take out the other stuff. What if we all just connected in a space of kindness? Like, how much better would this world be? I don't know, I think it'd be pretty amazing. Now, we live in a society that promotes blaming others, blaming others for our personal responsibilities, and that tends to let people live in that place of feeling like a victim. And it can become very hard for people to get back into that empowering stance and back into that empowering place to change their destiny. So again, it's really about that mindset. It's really about how all of this works. And the law of compensation is, again, give what you have and be that change. Now, I'm not saying, if you're broke, go out and give all your money away. Okay, give what you have in the means of what's working for you, right? What can I give? I can give my time. I can make charitable donations of time. I can feed the homeless. I can volunteer at shelters. There's other ways that we can give that don't have to be monetary if you feel that doesn't work for you. But it is about giving. Again, giving a compliment, giving a smile. That's giving. And that is such a beautiful thing because it's so simple. Hugs are free. Like, yeah, right? Hugs are free. Just give out some freaking hugs today. So again, don't worry about having extra money. Go, wow, I really want to do that. Just do what you can, and you'll know. You know in your heart space what that is. Get involved in your community and just be aware, right? Be aware. When we are generous and proactive it just allows the universe to open up and say, here's more, right? My favorite 3 words, yes, yes, yes. The universe only knows yes. So if I'm being generous and you're being generous, it's just gonna come back and it's gonna keep revolving, right? And if we get stingy and we feel afraid that we're gonna lose everything and we live from a place of scarcity, that's gonna attract more debt, more hardship, because that's where you're directing that energy, right? You're saying, well, I'm having hardships and I'm in debt, okay? That attracts more. So live from that place of generosity, and whatever suits you is just beautiful. The universe says, yes, great. So, we could sit around and complain and do nothing and become a part of the problem, or we can actually do something. And if you're still listening to me, that means you are an innovator. You are a person who is ready to take action in this world and step up to be the best version of you. You are that person who is willing to take chances, to really truly be who you are and let that inner light shine. So that is important. So you have to consciously, as often as possible, know that you want this kind of experience in life. I want to live from a place of simplicity, of kindness, and positive energy. And it really is simple, but it's complex to understand and implement on a daily spiritual level, and that just takes practice. It really just takes practice, right? It's easy to see what we don't like in the world and get stuck in that. It really is. I've done it. I've been there. I lived in a place of depression and severe anxiety for way too long, but I've accepted it. I've accepted it was a part of my life. It no longer exists. Yes, it creeps in, and yes, thank you, Ozzy. The getting is in the giving. Absolutely, 100%. The getting is in the giving, guys. So we all go through stuff. We are human. We have emotions. They come up, right? I could spend all of my time being focused on the stuff that bothers me. Like, I have a really hard time with people who are mean, who don't have consideration for others. And I could sit here and dwell on it, but it's only gonna disempower me, just like it would disempower you. So stepping into that and going, okay, I'm aware of that, but I'm not going to let it take over my life. Now, I'm only one person, and I cannot change the whole world. I can't change all of humanity, but I'm going to try and touch as many lives as I can. And I want to be that instrument of peace, and I want to be that instrument of compassion, and to all of those around me. And that's my purpose. That's something I'm passionate about, and I will continue to do. And by changing my attitude and my outlook, that has allowed me to do that, right? When I finally decided, because I made a conscious decision not to live in a space of depression and anxiety and not let that rule me. And I'm not saying it doesn't poke its ugly head out once in a while. It does. But, and I'm not saying I'm going to go bury my head in the sand when it happens, right? I'm going to step into my fullness, my truth, and find my way out as quickly as I can. Right? So recognizing that changes in the world are constant. We are always evolving, which is good. We want change. We want to evolve as human beings. And it's important that we are all connected together, right? We're in this together. So let's be proactive to the best way we can, right? Remembering that the largest fires in the world started with a single tiny spark. And for me, since adopting this empowerment mindset several years ago and then really getting deeper into it in the past few months and even more into the subconscious and trauma work and really acknowledging where I'm at and what I'm meant to do and create in this world, I can't even tell you, like the shifts are just huge. Ginormous is one of my favorite words. Ginormous. So I still get mad. I still see some injustice in the world, but I'm human. And anger is a natural emotion, so honor that. If something comes up, be like, okay, cool, what is this? What's going on right now for me? And let that just have the awareness of it and just be like, okay, cool, I see it, I feel it, I understand it, and then that's it, right? You evaluate and then you let go. Because otherwise, if it sits there, it's just gonna become poison and it turns into negative actions for the most part, and no one's gonna benefit from that. So let's keep ourselves in a positive state of mind. That's where we want to live from. We can consciously choose our emotions and the subsequent actions of these that we engage in. Like I said, when we get angry, I can throw a fit. I could, punch a wall or whatever that might mean, your action. Or I can just honor where I'm at and breathe into that. Now, like I was saying earlier, that universal law takes practice. Okay, there's nothing about this that's a quick fix in life. And it's just really about implementing it on a daily basis. These philosophical rules require effort. They really do require dedication. and a full integration, okay? So practice. It's not gonna happen in the click of a switch, okay? But it is gonna happen if it's something that's continuous. It's habit building, right? Just like anything. You build habit as you, I don't know, go to the gym every day or do something healthy for your body every day by, drinking lots of water and eating healthy. These are all habits. So this is just a mental habit. This is an awareness habit of where I'm at and how I want to live. The law of compensation. I give and I receive. And that's really, really important. And it really can be life altering if you let it. And I feel like I am proof of that. And it's just, if you have questions, please don't hesitate to reach out and ask. Let's see what's coming in. Let's see. Sister says, I like thinking of those thoughts as clouds. Right, exactly. When you have negative thoughts or negative things that come in, they're just clouds. They're just passing by. I don't have to dwell on it, right? We have up to, I think, 60 to 80,000 thoughts a day. That's a lot of freaking thoughts, right? We don't have to sit here and analyze every single thought. We're human, and they're going to come and they're going to go. So it's really about just letting things go and remembering to stay in your truth of what kind of life you are creating for yourself. And if it is that beautiful, peaceful journey, staying in that positive vibration and spreading it out like wildfire is definitely something that will happen if you continue to live that truth. So there is my share today, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the law of compensation. Remember, it's not just about a money exchange. It's infinite exchange in all areas of our lives, in our friendships, in our relationships, in our just everyday living of how we can be the most generous we can in all aspects of life. Yes, give without expecting in return. And yeah, practice. It all takes practice. So there's my share today, everyone. I hope you have an incredible weekend ahead. My name is Amie Barsky. Again, I am an empowerment coach. I focus on self-love and bringing you back to that space of self-love. And it's something I just am over the moon about. So if you feel that you're looking for or in need of or even curious about bringing on an empowerment coach in your life, just reach out and we can chat and see if we're in alignment with what your needs are, where that gap is that you're trying to close from where you are to where you want to go. I would love to connect. All right, everyone. Happy Friday, and we'll see you next time. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.